Hi everyone, welcome to the new video. So today I'll be sharing the DevOps interview question asked to me in my recent interview. This was round one and it was around uh, 30 to 40 minutes interview, and it's basically BFSI domain. So without further ado, let's start. So first question was like start with your introduction, which includes your current roles and responsibilities, and we can include our current roles and responsibilities, and whatever we know, our skills, we can include that, our experience, what was our like what we worked on, what tool stack we worked in earlier projects. We can mention all that. Now, in the second part, in GitHub Action, what kind of runners being used? Are you managing those runners? If yes, then how? So basically, these questions were like these tools, what I have mentioned in my resume. So they pick those and they ask question on that. So if you have not worked on GitHub Actions, then they might ask you on the other CI/CD tool that you have mentioned. Then third is how plugin management is done in your organization when we are doing a build. So how the plugins are downloaded and being used, how we are managing it. Then what will be your debugging steps if runners or agents are slow? So if runners like in GitHub Action or agents in Jenkins pipelines, what will be your first debugging step? Then the next question is how do you connect to servers in your pipeline for performing deployment? Like basically the connection, like if you're connecting to AWS servers, then AWS, STS, get caller. Like if we use IAM roles for it, we assume those roles, and then those roles are being present involved. Like this, you need to frame your answer and give. Then we assume those roles and we start connecting to the servers. Then how, if you have to create EKS cluster access for developer, how will you achieve it? That you can tell about using IAM policy, then using creating group, attaching node policies, and giving only the just the read access, so that it stops the developers group to allow to create the EKS cluster. Then what are the prerequisite for Ansible? Also, this was like what is the version that you are using of Ansible. Then what is the use of first line in shell scripting, like the shebang line? So basically, so that our code runs like in all the servers, it runs as expected. We mention the specific shell, script shell that we need before running that shell script. So if that is not present, then our script will fail or it will not be able to run. So what is influx CD? So basically this is also because I mentioned. So influx CD Helm chart is supported or not? Yes. Then what is deployment strategy that we follow? So mostly it is rolling update for us, but it depends what you are going to tell. Then what are Kubernetes services? They are talking about, they want to know about, you know, node port, cluster IP, load balancer. Then what are Ansible roles? What is the architecture of Ansible? How your day looks like since the time you log in? Then mostly what kind of errors have you seen in your pipeline and how do you resolve it? Also, there was one question which I missed to give here, that what will you prefer, like when there are microservices. So what will you prefer? How many load balancers will you give? Um, and if you want to expose the application to the internet, so what kind of load balancer you are going to use, and then how the traffic is going to route inside the uh, inside the cluster. So these two things I think I missed, but I'll give the list of question in the description box and I'll add those two missing questions over there. So yeah, that's all. So that's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.